Hello, this is post production Willie. Just want to apologize for this rant that I'm about to go on. I did not listen through it. Just know that I am thankful for the 8 subscribers that I have, but I just need the momentum of posting a video because sometimes I will just record and trash it because it's not perfect enough for me, as I will probably rant a lot about in this next 9 or 10 whatever minutes it is. So please forgive me. If you stick around, please comment the number one because you are number one. Thank you. All right, look, most people brag about having tons of subscribers, or I guess not brag, but celebrate it, which is totally understandable because if someone is hitting those milestones, I mean, if I was hitting those milestones, I'd be happy too. But I'm here to tell you that I'm just happy that I have 8 subscribers. It's something that has totally changed my life. Just in general, you might be thinking 8 subscribers is literally nothing, which it is. I understand, but those are 8 people that at some point or at some video liked it enough that they were like, hey, I would watch another one. And honestly, that means a lot to me because being someone who has never really put themselves out there online, at least ever, it just means a lot. And I guess in total, over the years, I've had tons of YouTube channels, trying things, gonna start things, but I never do it because I chicken out. I've maybe had like a total of like 50 subscribers across like 8 channels, and a lot of them I never posted, but I intended to. And so the fact that I have 8 on this Zero Will channel is pretty cool. And so the first video I ever posted, not on this channel, but way before, in like 2019, it was literally just a video. I love basketball and I play a lot of 2K. Unfortunately, yes, I know. I understand. They're very greedy. I know. But it's literally the only basketball game. So until NBA Live or something else comes out, I'm going to play 2K every year. But I used to make a bunch of, excuse me, used to make a bunch of like 2K mixtapes, right? It would be something like my friend and we'd dress up and be like Mario and Luigi, and we'd go out and we'd play as Mario and Luigi, and and shit on people, and right, and I would sync it up with the music, dunking on someone, shooting, getting a green, something like that, kind of like a Call of Duty montage, but 2K. And it was something like I spent a lot of time on. I made tons and tons of videos because my friends and I would dress up as, pretend to be many different things over the past couple, or over those years of playing 2K. Nowadays, nowadays we just don't do that. But anyways, I made a bunch of videos, but I never posted them. And so all that work went to nothing. And so eventually I posted my first video in 2021, still home from COVID, and it was just this little Call of Duty short, and for some reason it blew up and got like 30K views, which blew my mind, right? That was my first and only ever taste of quote unquote virality, excuse me. And I just loved that feeling, but maybe posted like 2 more in 2021 videos, and I stopped. But YouTube has always been something that I've always wanted to do, but never gave myself a chance to do it, if that makes sense. So I'm almost 30 years old, and so in high school, peak Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, Black Ops 1, I watched a lot of C-Nanners and Hutch and White Boy 7th Street. Happy he's streaming again. I'd be watching him and still laughing because he's still the same person. But those guys, along with a bunch of others I just can't name off the top of my head, really made me want to just record myself playing. Obviously, I always thought I was okay at the games. I got better over time, but it was just the fact that they're putting themselves out there. That was something that I always was super interested in, putting myself out there. Because growing up, I was very shy person. But my mom is Polynesian, and so growing up, she would teach me and my sister all the dances, and we would travel, from church to church, called the road shows, and we would travel from church to church, doing these dances, in front of lots of people. And I grew up in Miami, so just imagine an Islander family doing all these dances in front of a bunch of people, a bunch of Cubans, a bunch of Spanish people. That was my life. But so I was never afraid, I guess, of putting myself out there, but I just never did it on my own terms. And YouTube was something that I always thought of in the back of my head. And so fast forward to 2021, posted a couple videos. That's cool, whatever. Now fast forward 4 years later, 2025, the beginning of this year, I've posted so many videos across numerous channels, shorts, longs, or excuse me, long form videos. I've posted them all, and I have not hit any crazy numbers. I think like the most a short has gotten has been like 16, 17K. So still not even close to my first short that I ever posted that hit like 30K, which is really dumb, not gonna lie. And my highest viewed long form video, I think, on this channel is like 50 views or 40 views, something like that. But regardless of the views and the subscribers, I guess the outcome of these videos, I've just enjoyed every step of it. Overall, I've kind of always hated the idea of editing a video, and I still kind of hate. Actually, I still really hate editing a video for the most part. And that's something that I learned only because I started posting some stuff, and so that's why things on this channel I just record and post, because whenever I find myself editing something, I overanalyze it and I end up putting it in the garbage because I am a perfectionist of some sort, and I am not very good at editing. And so when I have a vision of something and I can't do it myself, I just lose all hope in that. And so I just toss it. And so I've learned that it's sometimes just easier to have minimal or no editing, especially in videos like this. But why it's changed my life is because I've just learned that I'm able to be creative, and I'm able to express myself, whether it's, through video editing or the words I say. I'm able to say what I need to and feel good about it. Obviously, like I could get better. I could be more eloquent with my words and things like that, but for the most part, I've just enjoyed the whole journey. And obviously, like, money is always a thing. I work a regular 8 to 5 job, so it's not like I'm like I must make money. It'd be cool, right? Another topic for another video. But I've just learned that I've loved the process and won't stop doing it just because I have no views. And even just the 8 subscribers I have meant so much to me and honestly keep me pushing. I know that I've been very inconsistent, and those 8 subscribers have probably forgot about me, which is okay. But the fact that I was able to capture 8 means I can capture 100,000, maybe. But yeah, if you feel free to like the video and comment anything you want me to talk about. I like to talk. I like to yap about anything. I know this video is all over the place. I'll definitely have a more structured video the next, but I've just been waiting and recording and trashing and recording and trashing videos constantly. I just need to put something out there and put good vibes into the universe and give myself some good momentum. And so that's what this little rant is. So if no one watches it, that's okay. But thanks.